Greetings, wise ones. It's Melissa from 8th House Wisdom, and I'm back with a June installment of the Universal Laws according to Bob Proctor and Proctor Gallagher, and we are on Law 6. So today we're going to be talking about the law of compensation. So, the law of compensation, according to Bob Proctor, is really a combination of two universal laws that many people may be familiar with. The law of vacuum and the laws of compensation. Many of you probably have heard throughout your life the idea or the old saying that the universe abhors a vacuum. And so it's really important to think about that because the universe does abhor a vacuum. Wherever there is an absence, something, someone, or some energy will rush in to fill the space and create the sense of balance. That's what the universal laws are all about. So when we look at what the law of compensation says, we're able to see how the creation of a vacuum or the absence of what we want, that's also informed by our thinking and by a sense of desire, how that results in aspects of attraction and manifestation in the physical form. So I'm going to read what the law actually says and get into a little bit more information about it. So the law of compensation says the universe fills up the empty space or the vacuum with things we desire. But first, we will need to create a space for it to happen. We need to constantly focus and energize the good things in order to get the outcome that we want to achieve. So notice that each one of the universal laws has a tendency to build on the other. Everything from thinking, informing supply, which informs the law of attraction, which informs the law of receiving, which informs the law of increase, which will allow you to get to a point of compensation. So, whatever it is you want a new car, you want a new man, you want a new country, because right now that's how I'm feeling about a lot of things. But whatever it is that you are focused on wanting, it's important to create a vacuum. There must be empty space to be filled in order for a physical manifestation to occur. I guess I would have to be an expat in order to get a new country. And right now I'm not considering that. But as it relates to calling in a new car, making the decision to release any ongoing attachment that you may have with your current vehicle, or just identifying the absence of one, can be enough to create a vacuum that can be filled. The importance of how you're compensated or how it manifests in physical form has to do with the quality of what your thoughts are and that command universal forces, ideas, and energy to fill that vacuum in space. As the information that I was reading said before, it's about what we desire. So that calls on us to really get clear about where we're at with the law of attraction and to remember that sometimes our attraction point is the invisible worry that is beaming out of us like a beacon for more of that to occur. Yet, that's not necessarily what we're looking for. We don't want to see the worry manifest. We want to see what our greatest hope, dream, and desire is. So, enacting the law of compensation really requires you to focus on your thinking and attend to what your actual point of attraction is. If you feel like you are not actually receiving or being compensated in ways that are in alignment with what you truly desire, and what you're seeing is more of the law of increase around your worst fears, more bills showing up, more unexpected expenses, more breakdowns. Of course, mind you, I am recording this during Mercury retrograde. So during this particular time period, during this late June, July Mercury retrograde, you could experience a slowdown. But there is a difference between a dream deferred and a dream denied. Whenever we encounter resistance, the point of it is to get clear on what we're broadcasting, what we're putting out, so that we can change that point of attraction, increase our focus, and use our potent energy, personal energy, to magnetize what we want to us. Lots of people are afraid of going without, of falling into a state of hard times and of lack. And because many of us have experienced instances of this in our real lives, that's something that we're contending with. It feels like a real life thing. But as a therapist and an astrologer and a coach and a lifetime student of human behavior, what human beings are usually most afraid of that they don't know is getting everything that they want. And so sometimes when we identify our points of attraction, and it is something beautiful and seductive, highly desirable, and makes us feel energetic, that energy can, in some of us, activate all of our feelings of unworthiness, weakness, and can activate our difficulty receiving. Because if we don't feel like we warrant what it is that we're dreaming about, because again, remember, this is a dream, and desires tend to live more in the realm of imagination, so they're not always tethered to a sense of reality. Sometimes just that mismatch, the beauty and the opulence and the luxury of the dream that we're thinking about, and then our personal self-assessment, which may indicate that we need to do a little bit more work on self-love and address our points of self-loathing, that can be the wobble in our energy, to borrow and paraphrase from Abraham Hicks, the wobble, in our vibrational energy that puts us on the attraction path and the increase of more of what we don't want, which can lead us to the false belief that the universal laws are not actually on our side and not actually doing what we want or need for them to do in our lives. And that is what I would consider to be a right there answer, because you can stop right there. You don't have to dig very far, and you don't have to do a lot of work, and it allows you to quickly slip into a sense of victimhood. What's necessary to really manifest and be compensated for the rich, vivid, amazing dreams that each one of us are given is the courage to dream big, the daily personal work that it takes to love and respect and honor who you are, and identify those limiting beliefs that make you feel less than worthy, because, again, receiving is really hard for people. So as we move up this vibrational scale and as we move through this process, and we're finally at a point where we're talking about making ideas real. If you are not the kind of person who is ready to receive your wildest dreams because you just somehow don't think that you're worth it, then I want you to work on that right now. I want you to stop. I want you to drop into all of the bullshit that you tell yourself about how great you're not and how you don't deserve this, how no one will ever pick you. All of those things that are vicious inner critic, or also, to borrow from Ayan Levanzant, the deceptive intelligence tell us. Because those, as I spoke about earlier in the beginning, are the secret roadblocks to your eventual compensation. When your personal beliefs about what you want for yourself can get in full alignment with what you believe about yourself and what you believe yourself to be worthy of, sky is the limit once you've created a vacuum. And to be honest, the very thing that I just said is the act of creating a vacuum. It's creating emptiness where monkey mind chatter, full of a vicious little league coach who rips us to fucking shreds, exists. Ripping that out and replacing it with loving kindness to be able to experience all that we're looking for is work that each and one of us are called to do. Some of us may find our entry point to it just because we're students of human behavior and we want to be better selves. And then some of us are on a quest to manifest our wildest dreams, our empire, our whatever, and to be properly compensated in a way that we think is necessary on this earth. Either way you slice it, that's the work that you have to do. Create that vacuum, fill it with desire, remain consistent about that desire vibrationally, such that your focus and energy allow for the good things to come to you. So, as we're coming up out of this quarantine for some of us and going back into it, this is a good time to focus on compensation. And in light of the previous laws and how we're stringing all of those things together in our personal lives to be a better person. Certainly this period of time has given us unlimited or more access than ever before to stopping and thinking without distraction. So I pray that each one of you wise ones is taking the time to do this work and not searching for other distractions, so that we can come out of this even better on the other side. Sending everyone light and love until I see you for the July installment of the Universal Laws. Take care.